in just a moment, but Jeannette, real quickly, and guys in the booth, give me a second here. This is just in from the utility board, the Kerrville Public Utility Board. So they're working on about 2,500, a little more than 2,500 customers that are without power. The problem is they can't get to the areas, like the Hunt substation is flooded out. The roads to where they need to get to fix some of these power outages, they can't get to because those roads are flooded out. Jeannette, you targeted this, and we're talking about this long before we went on the air this morning. You said this is going to be a real issue. I'll ask you what I asked Marisa earlier, and it's rhetorical, so I'm not holding you to it, but like, you know the power of what's coming over the next hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours. What would you do if you're someone that is living in that area? Would you pack up and try to get out? Would you? How would you approach the next few hours if you lived out in western Kerr County?
Outside of Kerr County, yes, to our north and west. Well, it really depends. It's hard to say. I don't want to tell folks to pack up and leave if there's no way for them to get out. So first, I think you should assess what's going on around your own home. Remember, keep in mind, roads are closed. There's a lot of flooding going on in and around Hunt, Ingram, and near Kerrville. If you can safely get out of your home, I would do so. Keep in mind that there is more rain coming right now. If you want to know when is this going to end, I would say this is going to go on at least until about 1:30 this afternoon. So the moderate rain that we're seeing now, that will likely continue with pockets of heavy rain at times, will likely continue until about 1:30, and that is for Kerr County. If you are watching us here in San Antonio or any outlying area, I'm a faithful woman. If you can just pray for folks there in Kerr County. I've been speaking to my friend via text, and she's been talking to her parents there in Kerrville, and they just are describing the sheer devastation that's going on there in Kerr County. But let's go back here so we can look at live power Doppler radar. The red, those are flash flood warnings, so that's where the major flooding is happening. In the green, that is a flood advisories, and we're seeing a flood advisory in Real County, but now that's been upgraded also to include a flash flood warning for northern Real County because of that gusty thunderstorm that's sitting there, and it's producing rainfall rates close to 2 inches per hour. So check out radar. This is just picking up once again. We've been talking about the water receding along the Guadalupe there in Kerrville down to about 11 feet. Noticeably lower compared to where it was just before 5 a.m., close to over 20 feet. But just know that with more heavy rain coming, that will go up, forecasting that to rise back up to over 20 feet within the next hour or so. Multiple flash flood warnings because of the severity of this here. In the red, just looking at radar, those are rainfall rates 1 to 3 inches per hour. So when we're talking about rainfall amounts that have already exceeded 10 inches in central Kerr County specifically, you add another 2 to 4 inches, and that's just going to add to what's going on there. Downstream of the Guadalupe River, towards Center Point and even Comfort, you can see that heavy rain is headed your way, and that major flooding that's happening upstream along the Guadalupe in Kerrville is forecast to reach the city of Comfort by about midday. So the Guadalupe River at Comfort forecast to reach major flood stage closer to 12 or 1 p.m. Closer look at Ingram and Hunt. You can see the rain is picking up in intensity there, and this is a pretty large area of heavy rain that's coming in from the north and west. Here is that strong thunderstorm. It's kind of slowing down just to the north of downtown Leakey. Leakey is picking up some heavy rain, but the heaviest is just north of Leakey. That's where we're also seeing brief high winds and frequent cloud to ground lightning, some of that extending into northwest Bandera and far southwestern parts of Kerr County. A little bit of a break from the rain here in San Antonio. However, what's falling, I should say, in the western hill country will continue to pivot closer to Kerr County. There is the chance that we could see some of this moderate to heavy rain closer to Bandera, Bernie, in the next 1 to 2 hours, then possibly scraping northwest of Kerr County. Here is the storm system. It's sitting right about there. It's not moving very fast. And counterclockwise circulation around that is what's helping to bring the showers and storms right into those areas. The back edge of the rain is just to the south of San Angelo. And as I track that, that's why I do suspect that most of this will be ending in Kerr County by about 1:30 this afternoon. Here's a look at the forecast for San Antonio for the rest of the day. It's going to get drier this afternoon. We're going to see another batch of rain in the next couple of hours. And then we should see some drier conditions this afternoon, some breaks of sun, and temperatures should be climbing into the mid and upper 80s. But at the moment, let's continue to pray for folks there in Kerr County and outlying areas.